the third inning, Melbourne Aces trail the Brisbane Bandits 2-0. And Ed Wyatt, a really cool opportunity here. We get the former Aces manager, Jon Deeble. He's joining us from the Melbourne Aces dugout. Deeps, how are you going?
Good afternoon, guys.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, no, it's good. Been a pretty ordinary start by us, hasn't it? A couple of long balls early, but it looks like Gunner's settled in, so hopefully he can keep us in the game through 4 or 5 innings.
I would imagine it's especially important here for him to get his pitch count down a little bit over the next couple of innings.
Yeah, like he's up to 54 through 2 innings, which is probably not ideal, but he's battled. And that last inning I thought was pretty good. He was able to get out of that jam, so hopefully we can get a clean inning here at the top of their order.
Yeah, it's the middle of the order. Logan Wade, Bly Madris, and Johnny Field. This is a Brisbane Bandits team that I get the sense has really battled well at the plate over the last couple of games.
Yeah, look, they've got a good hitting lineup. I thought the pitching for them last night was outstanding, and so was ours. I thought Beardsley threw the ball really well, and so did their guy, and their bullpen's really strong also. So, they're a good team. There's no doubt about that.
Out to left, Kyle Perkins makes the grab, one away. One of the things that Ed and I have talked about in the broadcast is that this is an Aces team that's really versatile. You have someone like Kyle Perkins who can not only catch but also play left field. How important is that versatility for this team?
Oh, look, it's really important to have the depth that you can move guys around, and he's in a position vying for an Australian team, so he's trying to show his versatility in left field and also the ability to catch. So he's played some first base also. So look, I think the key to it all is Tomska, who can play first base, second, third, short in the outfield. So he's been fantastic for us this year, and he's a great player for the kids to watch play. He just gets the job done. He makes all the plays. There's nothing fancy. He really does a nice job both offensively and defensively.
John, it's Ed. That play last night that Brisbane scored the 2 runs on that sort of freak infield error hit. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, look, I think in hindsight, I talked to Jack today about it, Jack Barry, and, he attacked the ball really hard, which, you can never take that away from anybody. He was aggressive on the play, but, I think he had time to let that ball bounce one more time, take it, and just go to the bag himself. He had plenty of time, and, as I said, you can never take away his aggressiveness, both offensively and defensively. So, I think it's something he'll learn. He just got to read that play a little better. Even if he does come in and he picks that ball, it's an out. But the fact that, he swooped the glove at it and knocked the ball back to the pitcher's mound where there was no one. So I think it was just a bit unfortunate. But again, you would much rather him be aggressive coming to get the ball. We always tell our guys come and get the ball, but in that instance with the high bounce, I think he could have let it take another bounce, and hopefully we would have been able to shut him out for the next couple of innings and win that game.
Okay, Nick Batters, Ed Wyatt with you in the top of the third inning from Melbourne Ballpark. We have the former manager of the Melbourne Aces, Jon Deeble, with us. Deeps, how's that transition going from being a manager just to a member of the coaching staff?
Yeah, look, it's been good, and a lot of people had said that after we won, I got out of there, but that was never the case. That decision was made in last December, and I knew coming in coaching the Aces that D-Sam was going to take over when he was ready. So, it's been difficult. It's probably the first time in 30 years I've never been in charge. So it has been a little different for me, but I've enjoyed it, just throwing batting practice and hitting some fungos and just talking to the young players. And, we've got a really good coaching staff that, we discuss things a lot, and Peter Moylan's doing a great job as a pitching coach, and Alan's doing a fantastic job managing, so they don't really need my help. I sit out the back there and I don't have a lot to do on most days.
And what about the adjusted schedule, John? Obviously a strange year, league having to shuffle fixtures around a bit. Has that been tough?
Yeah, look, it has been, but I think the league's done a great job in being able to get through it all. There's been challenges, I think, for every team, but the fact that we're able to get the season in, and I think we'll end up with close to 24 games. I think it's a credit to everybody, and I think the owners have done a really good job, being flexible, and so has the league office. So I think all in all, it's been a pretty good year, and the talent of the players too, I think, has been great this year. Like that pitching last night was elite on both teams, and I think the quality of the players has been great also. So, look, I think it's been a pretty good year so far, and the streaming overseas has been great, and hopefully it all goes well for next year when we can get back to a full season.
Gunnar Kine's looking really good here. Has gotten the first 2 outs of the third inning. Have you seen him do anything different from the last 2?
Yeah, look, he just competes, like he's a competitor and he likes to win, and, that's a great trade out on the mound, and, he's never going to give up, and, again, he's starting to find his rhythm now, so hopefully he can get us through the fourth and fifth, but, look, we've got a great bullpen too. Everyone's ready in the bullpen to go, so hopefully he can give us 5 solid innings.
And how about some of the bullpen arms this season, whether it's obviously Drew Anderson has been really good, but also you have a John Kennedy that's been locked in, as has Cameron Gibbons.
Yeah, look, Johnny Kennedy probably should be pitching in Pro Bowl. I talked to our Dodger people about it just the other day, and, he's added 30 or 40 pounds of good weight, and I think that's shown in his pitching. He was sort of 84, 86 last year, and now he's sort of 87s to 91s, and he's thrown the ball well, and Cameron Gibbons has really come on, as I think everyone's seen, the fact that, he's come out of club ball. We signed him with the Dodgers, and we're really looking forward to big things from him, and just the strides he's made in the last 6 months have been amazing, and, he's sitting 94 to 97, and he's got the ability to pitch at the top of the zone, and his fastball's got really good finish to it, and he's had a ton of swing and misses this year, and that's a good sign when you've got a young pitcher that can miss the barrel of the bat.
What have you seen from Michele Vasilati, the Italian-Venezuelan right-hander for Brisbane today? He's now thrown 9 1/3 innings this season without allowing a run.
Yeah, look, it looks like he's got a pretty good two-seam fastball, and he threw a really nice slider to Darryl George in his first at bat. So he's got a good arm. I thought the kid that pitched for them last night, Hardy, I think he's a big leaguer. Phillies Brown also, he threw the ball very well, and also young Bidwa. I thought he was exceptional. We got a couple of barrels on the ball to him, but just the delivery, the finish of his fastball in the zone, I thought was really good. So that's all good for Australian baseball, isn't it? Moving forward, I would have thought last night he would have been in the low to mid 90s. And Gibbons the other night was up to 97. We got Alice up to 96. So, we're starting to produce some good young arms, which is good for Australian baseball.
Jared Dale steps in to lead off the bottom of the third. It's 9-1 and 2. Dale, Burke, and George. And Deebs, how important is it for the landscape of the Australian Baseball League to see the level of talent as good as it's ever been, if not just miles better than where it's been?
Another kid in that, the former Perth kid, and Alex Hall's come on. So there's a lot of good young kids, but we're just got to keep giving them the opportunity to play.
One on Jared Dale. Vasilati, his second pitch, quickly 0-2.
There's that slider right there. That's a pretty good pitch, and we've had guys struggling with that, and he's had plenty of swing and misses with that also.
How about Jared Dale this season, looking to have a career season?
Yeah, look, I think he's put on some really good weight. He's been in the gym. He looks great. His defense, I think, is really improved. And, BP, he just needs to take his BP to a game. I think sometimes he just gets out of his swing. But, I think he's had a massive strides in his BP, and the ball really does jump off his bat. So, again, he just needs to play. He needs a lot of at-bats. And like all the kids his age, he's only young. And I think people forget that he's probably only 20. So he's been in the league since he was 16 years old.
1-2. Big swing and a miss, strike 3. And
speaking with Jon Deeble here as the Aces look to get something going in the third. Gifting Gope struggling a bit at the plate. Looked very frustrated yesterday, John. I think 3 strikeouts threw the bat after one of those. Is it just a mental thing he needs to turn around?
Yeah, look, we all know he's such a great guy. His defense is elite.
Yeah.
He's a major league defender, and I think people forget too. He was in quarantine 14 days. He hadn't played in 12 months, and it takes these guys some time, and especially when you're used to playing professional baseball day in, day out, getting your at-bats. And, I think in defensive gift that he just hasn't had that time. But, there's no one that's been working harder. We practice every day, and he's here every day. He's here early. He hits. He wants more hitting. And, he's got a lot of pride. So, I think moving forward that, DSAN decided just to give him a day off and slow things down. And he'll be back in the lineup, I'm sure, tomorrow. And, hopefully he can get a couple of hits and, get back to where he was in that Sydney Blue Sox form where he hit in the high 300s both years.
Chris Burke out to right. Going back, Taylor at the wall. That ball is gone! Chris Burke leaves the yard. A solo shot. It's 2-1 in the third.
And this is another one of our young kids here too that, I was saying in our office yesterday, this kid's got a real chance to hit, I think, at a very high level. He's got bat speed, he's got power, and, he's just a young kid, he's a teenager, but I really believe, I was talking to the farm director at Pittsburgh, the Phillies, just a couple of weeks ago. I said, this kid has really got a chance to hit, and just showed then that, he's able to get good bat on the ball and knock it over the fence, get us back in within one run.
And the shift to lead off paid off.
Yeah, well, DSAN and I talked about that a lot early on. We put him in the one hole in Canberra, and he got a couple of hits too. So, the game's changed now. With you don't need guys with speed in the lead-off hole. You need guys that can get on base, and especially with Delman hitting in the 3-4 hole. One of our downfalls this year, we haven't got on base the guys in front of him, and he hasn't been able to drive in a ton of runs because he keeps leading off.
And the crazy part, Delman has 14 runs batted in, which still leads the ABL.
Yeah, he's such a good worker, such a good guy, and hopefully we're going to see today or tomorrow. He's been working his rear off pitching, and as a high school kid, he was up to 97.
Wow.
And remembering he was, first pick in the country, he was number one, and they're 5 guys. But out of high school, he was 97 on the mound, and he was a 4-flat runner, and he had the power he's got. So, but he's been working so hard in the bullpen, and you're going to be very surprised when he gets on the mound. He's got an unbelievable delivery. He's in the low 90s still, and he's got a good slider. He's got a cutter. He's got a nice changeup. Actually, I threw with him the other day, and I ended up putting the glove down. I said it's too hard for me these days, but hopefully we'll get to see him out there today.
Stop the presses. Delvin Young on the mound.
Wait till you see his delivery. It's as good as I think he's in the top 5 or 6 pitches that we've got. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes to take it to a game. Now, he hasn't pitched in a game since high school, but he's been here. He's the first here at every training. He's the last to leave, and he's such a great guy. He's been such a great influence on this club, and I've had a lot of people criticise us about him, the money he gets paid, and the fact of the matter is he gets hardly nothing, and it's not about money for him. In fact, his first year he paid his own way over, his own hotel, and he never got paid. And not much has changed since then, so he's just a great guy to have around.
Blake Galen steps in, takes the first pitch. Blake is someone that I've really enjoyed watching. What has he brought to the team this year?
Really interesting guy. We had him in the last 3 years with the Dodgers, and he's just a good ball player. I was just talking before the game about where he's going to play next year. There's another home run, boys.
Hey! You're a good luck charm, John.
This one's tied at 2. Blake Galen, his 3rd home run of the season.
He's such a professional. You only got to look at the shape he's in. He looks like Adonis. He looks like he could be a centerfold, but he's just great work ethic, and that minor league journeyman that's played for a long time, and he's going to play on the Israel team at the Tokyo Olympics this year.
Well, Deebs, if they keep hitting home runs, we might have to just keep you on here.
I'm very happy with that, especially with Delman up.
Yeah, exactly. Odds are pretty good.
Entering today, Delman's batting average, 443. 443, just ridiculous. He hits that high and deep to left. Bly Madris. No, that's Johnny Field, the center fielder. He makes the grab. Deeps, thanks so much for joining us. Brought the Aces a couple of runs, and we'll hope to do this again soon.
Good on you guys. Well done, and keep working hard up there.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Heading to the 4th, we're tied at 2.